Hey guys, this is Crowbar Zero, and today we're going to talk about Spotlight and smart missiles. So, just jumping into it, I guess we'll start at the top here. And so, one of the nice aspects of it is it can increase your coin production. It takes a lot of investment though, and you can see that in the cons. You know, you're looking at thousands of stones going into it. So as far as like primarily being for coin production, it's a really hefty investment for that, you know, versus black hole or golden tower. But you know, when it's all said and done, you know, you're looking at doubling your coin production. So that's nice. It's a nice extra flavoring on it. It comes with really high damage. You know, being able to push that damage up pretty high. And that starts at 8 times and it goes up to 43 times damage. Um, yeah, it's absolutely incredible for pushing higher damage numbers. One of the big cons though is, especially during later gameplay, you're going to see large discrepancies in the number of waves that you're going to be able to do. So the higher that bonus goes, you're going to have some tournaments where, you know, you might spike incredibly high, and then other tournaments you're spiking, you know, way lower. And that's just going to be more of like the RNG is like, okay, did you get bosses that, you know, sneaked in past your spotlights, you know, despite maxing out the angle? And then, you know, are those bosses double, triple tapping you as well? So that's going to be a huge factor as far as, you know, your success in later tournament with this. But overall, for most players, that's not going to be a thing. It's going to be a nice little damage enhancement, whether you're just trying to stay alive with more by leeching more life or whatever. It's a really nice tool for that. Uh, it also, let's see, smart missiles. So we'll go into that. And smart missiles was my number 3 pick. And one of the big things is you can tie that cooldown in with your golden tower in your black hole. So by the time that you get your all of your coin perks up and running, um, you know, it's gonna last. It's gonna last you until pretty much the end of whatever match that you're currently in. So incredible damage that comes out of it. Useful for, you know, tournaments and for farming. The only time that I would say that you wouldn't want to use that is specifically if you're using or relying on Deathwave in any sort of capacity. Now, I feel that Smart Missiles is superior in every way to Deathwave. Both of them can be synchronized with Black Hole and GT, but by the time you would really want to get any meaningful bonus out of the coin bonus from Deathwave, um, the damage is just not going to be able to keep up without heavily investing in it. Versus smart missiles, if you're investing into that, that's going to be a tool that's going to take you a really long way. So I'd rather suggest something that's actually going to clear out procs or protectors, you know, with some sort of damage that's actually meaningful. And most of your coins that you're going to make are going to be when all of your perks are running anyway. So might as well get the most out of it while you can and not have your black holes clogged up with protectors. Let's see. So labs. So this is where it it's really nice because some of the stats from smart missiles are going to apply to spotlight missiles, and that's namely the amp and radius. and mainly the amp. That's going to be absolutely incredible. So every 2 seconds, you're gonna with spotlight missiles. Once that's maxed out, you can toss out a little damaging mini smart missile, and then apply whatever that bonus is. And I think that starts at like times 11. So each subsequent missile is just going to build on that. So the first missile is going to apply up to times 11 damage for additional missiles, and then it's going to go 22, 33, etc., etc. So each additional missile is additive on the previous one. And then the radius, the larger the radius, the more enemies are going to be caught up in that. So one missile covers quite a bit in the end. The other labs, Barrage and Missile Despawn, are pretty easy to master. Barrage, you don't really need to go really deep into that, and it masters out pretty quickly. Missile Despawn time, you really don't need to go into depth on that one. Just like 2 or 3 levels is probably plenty sufficient. For any meaningful capacity by the time that if things were going on beyond that, you're probably not I don't know. I don't think it's going to be too useful going too far. So there's 2 big cons for boss rounds. Generally people will micro their and this is mostly for tournament too. So they might micro their smart missiles so that it goes off just during that boss round. And then the second big con is some people's accounts are experiencing a bug, and depending on what they do about that bug, it may make the account nearly unusable, I would say. Yeah, so be really careful if your account does get bugged and you're currently playing with that bug. Just be really forewarned. I'm hoping that that issue will be resolved in the future, and everyone will be happier going forth. But anyway, that's it for those 2 really, really awesome tools. Kind of takes the beginning of the game, and it's like, okay, we're going to give you a little bit of a flavor of some of the main tools that you're going to need, especially when you go full on glass cannon. These are gonna be the tools that are going to really help push those waves, and we'll get into more of some of the other ones that need the CC on a later date. Anyway, once I do get those, namely Chronofield, sorry, Poison Swamp, and Inner Landmines, I'll leave a link to those videos in the description. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll catch you later.